And running a business comes with many challenges, and we know that one solution doesn't fit all. That's where our partners come in. Our partners offer a wide breadth of tools and services to provide you with custom solutions for your unique business challenges. Now learn more about how they can help, and make sure to post your questions in the live chat.
Thank you so much for joining our session today on how to collect invoice payments with GoCardless. My name is Sally and I work in the Global Strategic Partnerships team at GoCardless. I have the pleasure of working alongside the Intuit team, and together we are delivering you a fully integrated and pain-free payment solution which takes the pain out of getting paid. The payment landscape is broken, particularly for small businesses. 30% of payments to small businesses are late, and the average value of each of those payments is over £6,000. Time is wasted chasing payments. On average, an hour and a half is spent by businesses like you to chase payments. Imagine what you could do with that extra time. Even worse, 56% of businesses chase outstanding payments outside of their regular working hours. I'm sure you're familiar with at least one of these problems. So how can GoCardless help to solve these? Let's look at how people get paid today. Traditional payment methods aren't optimized. Broadly speaking, there are three main ways that payments are currently collected: bank transfer and checks, cards and digital wallets, traditional direct debit. Bank transfer is slow, manual, and you are continually reliant on the payer. Cards are expensive and have a high failure rate, and the traditional direct debit is out of reach for many small businesses. GoCardless have created the world's biggest account-to-account payment solution, which removes a lot of the barriers around how to get paid, such as the above. We use pool-based payments, putting you in control of when an invoice gets paid. Payments are processed bank to bank using GoCardless, meaning lower fees and higher success rate. I recommend jumping onto our website to find more about the benefits. And importantly, a final one to call out, the solution is fully integrated with Quickbooks, which means you can do everything from the comfort of the platform: send payments, collect payments, and reconcile payments. So let's jump straight into a demo of the product so you can connect and start using GoCardless. Here's the QuickBooks online dashboard that you are familiar with. The good news is that GoCardless integrates seamlessly into QuickBooks, so you can do everything you need from right here. Over in the left navigation bar, under Invoicing and then Customers, you can review your customers and set them up to pay with GoCardless Direct Debit. The Invoices tab is where to go to collect GoCardless payments for your QuickBooks invoices. And lastly, if you head up to the gear icon, you'll find a handy list of direct debit customers and their status. That's a quick tour to start with. We'll revisit these later. Setting up a GoCardless direct debit mandate. Direct debit puts you in control of collecting payments straight from your customer's bank account. To do this, your customer will first need to give you permission. We call this authorization a direct debit mandate. Here's how you set them up within QuickBooks Online. With GoCardless, simply ask your customer to set up their direct debit mandate online via a link you can email to them. To do this, select Invoicing from the left navigation bar and then click Customers to display your customer records. Here you have two options. Firstly, if you'd like to set up a mandate for an individual customer, select their record and then from the Action drop-down menu, select Request Direct Debit. Or the second option is to set up multiple customers at once by selecting them and using the Batch Actions menu to set up direct debits for all of them at once. With both options, you'll see this pop up where you can preview the mandate request email that will be sent to your customer or customers. You can edit the email subject line and add a message if you like. And on the right, you'll see a preview of the mandate form that your customer will be directed to complete in order to set up the direct debit with you. When you're ready, click Send, and that's your direct debit request sent out. When your customer clicks the link in the email, they are taken to your secure digital mandate form. Look, it can even have your company logo on the top. No time-consuming paperwork here. It can all be done in a few clicks right here online. Next, they just need to add their personal, bank, and contact details, then click that green button, and that's their direct debit authorization set up. You'll need a mandate set up for each customer, but remember, the customer only needs to set up a mandate once, and then you can collect payments from them on an ongoing basis without lifting a finger. If you ever want to see the status of all of the GoCardless direct debit mandates set up for your QuickBooks customers, then head to the gear icon, look at all lists, and go to direct debit mandates. The status column tells you if the mandate is active or is pending from your customer. Collecting direct debit payments. Okay, here's the really important bit, getting paid. With your direct debit mandate set up, you're ready to collect payments for your QuickBooks invoices. To start, navigate to Invoice from the left navigation bar and head to the Invoices page. In this example, we'll create a new invoice, but the same steps work if you already have an invoice which exists. Select a customer you'd like to collect a payment from. When a customer has a GoCardless direct debit mandate in place, you'll see that Use Direct Debit is selected by default on the invoice. The due date of the invoice is the day that the direct debit payment will be initiated by GoCardless. Once you have completed all the details for the invoice, just click Save and Send. The invoice will be sent to your customer as usual, and the payment will be scheduled for collection 3 working days after the invoice due date. GoCardless automatically sends an email notification to your customer on the invoice due date, reminding them that payment is scheduled to be collected. And that's all there is to it. Collecting payments for recurring invoices. GoCardless works really well for recurring payments, and they're easy to set up. Let's look at that workflow again with recurring invoices in mind. On the invoice, click Enable Recurring Payments and pick Schedule Invoice. Once again, if you add a customer with a GoCardless direct debit mandate in place, the direct debit option is already connected by default. Configure the invoice schedule as usual and set it up. GoCardless automatically schedules a payment when the due date of each invoice comes around. Now let's look at payment timings. It's a good point to explain how payment timings work with GoCardless. Here's how the process goes. Once you have a mandate set up with your customer, go ahead and raise an invoice and choose to collect it with direct debit. On the invoice due date, GoCardless schedules a payment and automatically notifies the customer that payment is about to be collected and the invoice is marked as paid. 3 working days later, the payment is collected from the customer's bank account. 2 working days later, after this money is deposited into your bank account, it will be ready for reconciliation. If a payment fails, occasionally you might find a customer's payment has failed. This is most commonly because the customer has insufficient funds in their bank account. Whilst that's beyond our control, we can make you immediately aware. If a payment fails, both you and the customer will be notified by email. You can also see this in the invoice section. If the payment is unsuccessful, then the invoice status reverts from paid to outstanding. To reinitiate the payment, change the due date to the future date and GoCardless will collect the payment again. Payment reconciliation. GoCardless is set up to make payment into your QuickBooks undeposited funds account and mark your invoices paid on the invoice due date. Full payment is actually collected from your customer's bank account a few working days later. Once collected, the net payment amount is moved into your business bank account for payout. It's net because the GoCardless fees are deducted before payout, but the good news is we handle the adjustments in QuickBooks for you. You can see the GoCardless fees listed in your expenses account once payment has been collected. So now we've collected a payment, let's reconcile it. Head to Accounting and select Chart of Accountants in the left navigation bar. Find the bank account that you've set GoCardless to pay out to and click Account History. Here you can see the payments you've received. It's easy to match the payout to the amount received on your bank statement, and you can see that the fees are recorded as an expense. Simply click Reconcile and you'll see that we automatically select the payment you're looking to reconcile and update the balance to 0. Click Finish and now your invoice is reconciled. Simple. If you ever want to check GoCardless's total fees, head back to accounting and chart of accounts again, search for the fee for your GoCardless fees and run a report to see all of the fees you've paid and the sum total. For more help with our products and services, visit support.gocardless.com. And finally, I wanted to call out some other GoCardless product features. Some of these are already in development with the Intuit team and will be included within the integration shortly, others of which we hope will be coming soon. International payments. With GoCardless, you will be able to collect payments from your overseas customers. The currency exchange is handled by us, powered by Wise, and you get the real exchange rate and low fees. Failed payments are optional. With GoCardless, we use payments intelligence to remove the risk of failed payments and improve your anti-fraud protection. Our product Success Plus will automatically retry payments that fails. And finally, open banking products, where we leverage the open banking rails. These include verified bank account ownership, where we verify that your payers are who they say they are, and instant payer-initiated bank-to-bank payments. You can collect one-off instant payments from your payers using GoCardless's Instant Bank Pay feature. Want to find out more? Go to GoCardless.com, email our support team, or email me directly, and we would be happy to help you with your integration. Thanks for listening today.
Thank you for watching this session with GoCardless. iwoca is up next. Don't forget to post your questions in the live chat.
Hi there, I'm Matt White from iwoca, and I'm here to give you a brief introduction into iwoca and focus on our newest product, iwoca Pay. So iwoca over the last 10 years has been helping small businesses access lending options and more recently provide payment options to these businesses. Our product suite at the moment made up of the Flexi Loan, loans up to 200,000, designed really for short-term capital needs. That's supported as we're now an accredited provider of the recovery loan schemes supported by British Business Bank, and recovery loans up to 750,000. More information about these is available on our websites, and we've been lending in these areas for a number of years. Our newest product, iwoca Pay, though, is what I'm here to talk to you about today. So iwoca Pay is designed as a full checkout option for small businesses. And we're going to dive into that a little bit more. We introduced iwoca Pay to small businesses in June 2020 at the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Accelerating this product launch was really important to us. At the time, especially, small businesses were really suffering by being paid late by customers, impacting their cash flow and causing them problems in being able to trade as normal. So we introduced iwoca Pay with the idea to help small businesses release the cash locked away in their unpaid invoices. With 48% of small businesses being paid late, nearly a quarter having to then pay their suppliers late, iwoca Pay to us was a no-brainer. And the way we've designed it is really to reduce the stress and take the pain out of getting paid. Additional research we carried out last year has shown that inflation is now the top concern for many small businesses and SMEs looking into 2022. So with nearly 3/4 concerned about it and thinking it's going to be their biggest problem, we really hope iwoca Pay can solve this issue. The time to money equation is the biggest factor here. If you look at an average small business of 1 to 9 employees, 2 weeks that they're chasing invoices, it's going to cost around £21,000 for them in outstanding unpaid invoices. So that's a lot of money for a small business to take, away from their cash flow and can try and manage without. But why does this problem exist? So it's probably not news to anyone on this session that most people that issue an invoice, a 30-day term invoice, is not going to be paid until at least day 40 or 45, simply because, one, as mentioned before, there's that payment problem that people haven't got the money coming in, they can't then pay their suppliers, and two, without making it easy for your customers to pay you, those invoices just sit in an inbox and don't get paid. So what we found is through research in the industry, in the payment sector, 80% of small businesses use bank transfers to make payments. Compare that to 10% using an online solution, which is actually twice as fast to get paid through an online payment. So if you are looking into different payment options, iwoca Pay provides two different, very distinct ways for a customer to pay. Pay Now is an instant online open banking transfer. So using the technology of open banking, we're able to provide a free-to-use payment option. There are no transaction costs and no subscription costs to using Pay Now. It's very straightforward. It only takes about 3 clicks to actually make the payment by using things like QR codes, linking straight into open banking. It will open up someone's banking app on their mobile phone with the pre-populated payment details that they can just pay the supplier straight away. So really is under a minute to get paid. Pay Later then is a way for a small business to offer their customers 90-day credit terms, and the customer gets to decide whether they want to take them. So that at the checkout, they've got a Pay Now and a Pay Later option, and they can choose to pay later, spread the cost, but the small business, the supplier, is still going to get paid on day one once their customers checked out. My colleague Danny is now going to go through this in a bit more detail, and she's going to explain the difference in the pay links that you're able to send out through iwoca Pay and who foots the bill if a customer chooses to pay later. I hope you enjoy.
Here's how you can use iwoca Pay to get paid instantly. First, you need to create a pay link. You can do that from your iwoca Pay dashboard on the Pay Links tab. Once you're there, you'll be able to choose from 3 types of pay link. What you choose will depend on where you'd like to use it. Let's take a look at each one. Here's a universal pay link. With this link, your customer enters the amount they need to pay and the reference after they click it. It means you can use it as many times as you like and take payments for any amount. That makes it perfect to use on your website or on your standard invoice template that goes to everyone. Then we have package pay links. These can also be used multiple times by any customer, but you set the amount and reference. That makes them great for a specific product or package on your website. Finally, we have custom pay links. You set the amount and reference tailored for your customer. Once they've checked out, that link can't be used again. Because it can only be used once, it's best for adding to individual invoices or emails. Once you've selected which pay link to use, you'll need to decide who foots the bill if your customer chooses to pay later. It's always free for you and your customer if they decide to pay now. You can choose to make pay later free for you or your customer. If it's free for you, your customers will pay interest to use pay later. Our representative rate is 3.33% per month, but the rate they get will be based on their business. If you decide to make it free for your customer, they won't pay a penny, and you'll pay a fixed 3% fee at the end of the month for any invoice settled using pay later. You always get the full invoice amount paid instantly as soon as your customer checks out, no matter how they pay or how long they take to pay. Once you've done that, just hit copy and send the pay link to your customer or add it to your website or invoice template, any way you'd like to be able to take a payment. Once a customer has clicked on your pay link, it'll appear here in the payments page. You'll be able to keep track of the reference, the amount, the pay link type, the status, and if you've decided to make it free for your customer. Paying a supplier with iwoca Pay is pretty straightforward. Let's take a look. First things first, you'll get a pay link from your supplier. Usually it will look something like this, but it might also be a button on a website or even a QR code. Once you click it or scan it, you'll be taken to the iwoca Pay checkout and be given 2 options: to pay now or split the cost into 3 monthly payments with pay later. No matter which option you choose, your supplier will get paid in full as soon as you finish checking out. Here's how it works if you pay now with iwoca Pay. In a nutshell, Pay Now is an instant bank transfer with all the details pre-filled for you. It's totally free to use, and all you'll need to hand is your smartphone. First, select Pay with Instant Bank Transfer and then hit Complete Payment. Then you'll need to pick which bank account you'd like to use to pay. You can either scan the QR code to open your banking app on your phone, or if you'd rather, just hit the button to log into online banking on your desktop. It'll open your online banking app with the reference, amount and bank details already pre-filled for you. All you need to do is hit Make the Transfer. Once you do, you'll see this screen, and that means the payment's gone through. We'll automatically send an email to let your supplier know you've paid them, and if you like, you can also email yourself a receipt here. Let's look at paying later with iwoca Pay. Pay later lets you spread the cost and split it into 3 equal monthly payments. All you need to do is select Pay per month when you get to the checkout page. Underneath, you'll see an estimate of how much it'll cost you each month, including any interest. Whether you'll pay interest or not will depend on the type of setup your supplier has. It'll either be totally interest-free, no matter how long you take to pay, like in this example, or pay as you go. At this stage, we'll give you an estimate of your monthly payments using our representative rate to give you an idea of the costs. The actual interest rate is based on your business, so we need a little bit more information before we can set it. Let's hit Complete Payment. Next, we'll ask a few basic details about you and your business. It should only take a few minutes and it won't affect your credit score. After that, you'll be able to review your payment schedule. This is where you'll see the actual interest rate based on your business. You'll only ever pay for the days you use, and there are no hidden costs. You can settle up early anytime and save on interest if you like. If you're happy, just hit Continue. We'll ask you to verify your account with a quick security check to make sure it's really you. You'll need a passport or driving license for that and any other additional documents we need for due diligence. Finally, it's time to add your card details for your monthly payments. Once you've done that, you're done. We'll pay your supplier in full instantly as soon as you check out. You'll make your first payment in 30 days' time, which will automatically come out of the bank account you just linked. So there's no need to mark your calendar.
And that's iwoca Pay in a nutshell. Thank you to Danny for putting that demo together ahead of time. Very much a Blue Peter. Here's one we did earlier. We wanted to make sure it's as accessible as possible for everybody. If you'd like to find out more about iwoca Pay, the way it could help yourself or your small business clients, please either reach out to me in the chat function here. We can take a conversation offline from there. Failing that, accountants@iwoca.co.uk. That's accountants@iwoca.co.uk is our email address, or visit our website for more contact details. I hope you've enjoyed the session. I also hope you take something away from every session you joined today and across the event. Thank you very much for your time. I've been Matt White. You've been behind the camera. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching this session with iwoca. Now we'll hear from Wise. And be sure to post your questions in the live chat.
Hi, and welcome to today's demo of Wise. I'm going to be showing you how Wise and QuickBooks can work seamlessly together to help you save time and money, and how you can pay bills hassle-free. My name is Molly, and I am the product marketer here at Wise, looking after our business products. But before I worked at Wise, I worked at QuickBooks for over 5 years. So it's really, really great to be back at QuickBooks Connect today. International payments are expensive, but with Wise, they're not. Our mission is money without borders. We want to make international payments instant, transparent, convenient, and eventually free. We know that the issue of slow and expensive payments is compounded for small businesses who struggle to stay on top of their cash flow. That's why we have a dedicated business product that offers you all the same benefits of our personal product, but with extra capability like connecting to your accounting software and adding employees onto your Wise account. For businesses, that means getting paid faster, paying invoices and employees easily, reducing the burden of admin, managing employee expenses, and saving money so that you can put more cash back into your business. Sending money with Wise is quick and easy. You can send money in up to 80 currencies, and you always see how much you're paying. Fees are upfront and transparent. You always pay the real mid-market exchange rate. That's the real one you see on Google without any hidden charges. Paying overseas suppliers, we know, can be difficult. That's why you can get bank details with Wise in up to 10 currencies. So whether it's GBP, account number and sort code, Euro, IBIC and IBAN, USD, routing number, and up to 7 more. You can apply these bank details onto your invoices so that you can get paid more reliably and faster. You can also add team members or even your accountant onto Wise, and you can control what they see and what they do. You can set approval limits so that you can stay in control of how much people are spending. And of course, you can connect your balances to QuickBooks. It's an open banking connection, so it works in real time, and you get a flow of 2 years worth of transaction data into QuickBooks. But what I'm really excited to show you today is our new bill pay feature. In order to get started with the feature, you need to go onto the QuickBooks app marketplace and look for Wise. If you're not already a Wise customer, it's easy and quick to set up. You can do it all online. Right now, we're making the connection and approving that we can import your bills. And that's it. So then in Wise, we can see all of your unpaid bills from QuickBooks, and then we can choose which ones we want to pay and in what currency. In this demo, we're using our USD balance that's already in Wise. We get a clear overview of how much we're sending and how much we're being charged. We confirm all the details are right, and that's it. It's that easy to pay your bills straight from Wise. But we don't just want to save you money. We also want to save you time and hassle. That's why this connection is actually a two-way sync. We send the data back into QuickBooks to tell it which bills have been paid. And then in QuickBooks, they're marked as paid. If we can't find a bill to match it to in QuickBooks, we'll create a new expense. And any charges that are incurred will also create a new expense for those as well. You can use this new feature today, but we're already working on the next version to make it even better. So coming very soon, you'll be able to see all your unpaid bills, and you'll be able to pick multiple bills to pay all at once. We hope you're excited about that new feature and go out and start trying it today. And we hope that Wise can help you save time and money. If you're not already a Wise customer, we'd love to have you. So for attending the QBC event, we're offering a special promotion of up to 5 free transfers. So visit wise.com/partner/QBC. Thanks so much for your time. Any questions or feedback, we're on the chat. Bye.
Thank you for joining our partners GoCardless, iwoca and Wise. To learn more about our sponsoring partners, please be sure to visit our Partners Gallery. Together with our app partners, we can help power your next.